Hi guys, this is Jean. I have been having a terrible time with my videoing. Part of it is me, part of it is my phone. So I may have to invest in a camera and mic at some point. So today was arm's length art. And what I did is I used up a lot of my scrapbook paper, especially some of the pieces I didn't like. But in addition to that, I used a lot that was more on the hard cardstock side of things. So I was able to use that for these journaling cards, and they came out really pretty. The only thing I really need to do is I need to definitely round the corners on all of them, and also I need to sew around the edges, and then they'll be ready to decorate. And actually these look pretty on their own, or you can add some decoration to them. And I was happy because if you look at some of the back of these, I was able to use up some cardstock that had some writing on it, some of the colors that I didn't really care for. So it was definitely one of those scrap buster type projects. And I made 65 of these. And these little images, well, they're not little, but these images are from some sets I got on Temu. And I thought, what in the world am I going to do with them? Because if you've ever gotten any of the specialized sets from Temu, the paper is very thin. So you almost have to back it with something in order to use it in a journal. So that's 65. That's a lot of paper that I was able to get out of storage and onto an actual project for today. And this leads me to my project at hand. So Brenda Clark, she tagged me in a hashtag called Give a Scrap. And with that hashtag, you're supposed to use scraps that you have and make something with them, of course. And that's what I've been doing here. Now, some of them I've already done, but I'll show you what my process is. So with some of the leftover paper from the journaling cards, as well as some other pieces I had in a big envelope over here, I was able to make some tags. So this is how this process works. So if you look at this particular tag, I layered 2 pieces of scrapbook paper together. And then this one has 3 pieces. And here's one with just 2. And then this one has 3. And so on. And I stapled them together for now. I may have to, once I'm doing the actual project itself, I may have to end up gluing some of them. But I want to show you a little trick with the stapling. After I staple, I give them a little pound with my hammer, and that just flattens those 2 pieces on the back, so they're less likely to snag you when you are making your tag. So I'm just going to cut off this corner, and then I'm going to use this piece, and I'm going to bring it down Actually, I don't know if I have to. Yeah, I'm going to bring it down to the top of the tag, and that's where I'm going to start my cut on the blue side. So there we go. There's our tag. And by doing that, you get it to be even, pretty much. Not exactly, but we'll go with it. So there is one tag. This one, we'll just cut like this. And I'm not going to do any measuring. I'm just going to cut it like this, turn it over, and see if it needs any adjustment. There we go. And then we have another one. And these don't have to be perfect. We're using scraps, so we don't need to worry about perfection as far as the tag itself. So I'm going to look at this and see. This is going to, I think I need to go in here and cut it this way because that other part is hanging out. So let me see. So that one I had to cut underneath, and then I have the 2 square pieces hanging out. And then when I actually use this tag, I might opt to tear some of the edges or do something else with them, not leave them all like they are. This one's a real pretty one, this rose one. So this one I'm just gonna measure. And I can't measure under, I'll have to measure on top. I hope you guys can see. I sometimes bring stuff toward me so I can see it better myself, and then I forget to put it back in view for you guys, so I do apologize. So there's another tag. Now when I actually put this together and put things on it, I'll need to glue this piece. And let's see. I wanted to take all of this, and then I'm going to take all of this. There we go. That one's a cool one. Kind of like how, I'm going to trim this. I kind of like how that's trimmed at the side. And this one is like a sparkly one. So I'm just going to cut it and turn it over and kind of see where I need to cut this side. And there we go. We have a nice long tag. Now, if you have to adjust any of your cutting when you're finished, you can. This particular piece, I'm going to cut it down so we can make a tag out of it. Let me see. So have you all ever participated in arm's length art? If you haven't, it's really fun. What we do is we just post in our Facebook groups the times and what we've done, and then we can show what we've done, and then you can do a roll-up video at the end if you want to. I did because I wanted to show the scrap usage of the scraps. So okay, and this is a really tall tag, but I kind of like those colors together. And let me see what else we have. Okay, this should be double-sided if I remember. So let me trim this because I think we can probably get 4 tags out of it. Let me see. bring it down a little bit more. And I love this cutter, guys, because it has like a guide wire where you can see where you need to cut. And I love that because I often cut things incorrectly. And part of it's my fault because I'm not a measurer. I was never good with measuring or algebraic or any of that stuff. I saw this meme the other day that says, it was a man on his deathbed, and he said, I knew I could make it through life without ever using algebra again. And I kind of laughed because that's me. I don't love algebra. Okay, I'm going to staple this here, but I'm actually going to leave it just a little bit longer than the tag itself. And that way, when I cut this, it should cut nicely. So what I'm noticing is if you have a piece that's on top that is longer than the tag itself, fiddle faddle, I can't do that with it under, it will cause your angle to be off. So you have to cut into your top piece sometimes. So there's that one. That's a little bit rough. I'm going to cut this down a tiny bit because there, that's better. That piece was kind of wobbly. Here's some beautiful yellow. And what I was saying, what I wanted to say also is, like, I tore this piece. If I know that this piece is going to go under this one, I don't necessarily need to take my cutter and cut that piece straight. I don't want to staple it like that. So you don't have to worry about the underside until you're actually ready to make your whatever you're putting, whatever book you're putting it in or what have you. I'm going to try this with some of this polka dot. Actually, it might look better on top. So now's when you have to get the trimmer out and give it a little trimmy-do here. Guys, I've had a crazy week because I have been filming, and when I'm done filming, I either don't like the video or don't feel like even fooling with editing and putting it out. So lately my videos have been few and far between. So I'm sorry about that. I think we all have days where, I had a week where nothing wanted to turn out correctly for me. So that's the way things pan out sometimes. That's the way love goes. I don't even know what the tune of that is, but okay, there we go. We still have all of these pretty ones. Let's see if this would look nice on here, down here at the bottom maybe, with a little tiny bit going over the edge. There we go. So this is a really fun challenge because it allows you to use your scraps. And if you do it on a day when you want to do a mass make like arm's length art, then you have a great opportunity to get a lot of items done at one time, and saving yourself time later when you need to fill a journal with something. Now the tags, I don't know if I'm going to spend the time to sew around. I may. Just depends on, sometimes with tags, it depends on what you're using them for, as far as how you want to decorate them. At least that's what I find in my case. Maybe you don't have that problem, but I think when I want to use up this piece, and it's not a very pretty piece, but how could I use it? Because it's a half, you know, it's a corner. Maybe if I just put it as a corner up here. Or as a corner down here. I think I'll put it as a corner down here because I don't want to cut the leaves off when I make the tag shape. I have to remind my husband to get me some more staples. So today I was able to have a really nice talk with my mom. She is 85, and she's just one of these people that are fun to talk to because she has a lot of wisdom, and I always learn so much from my mom. She's actually probably my best friend, and I'm very thankful for her. Besides my husband, of course. My husband is like the dream husband because he helps me so much. I can't walk very well because of knee damage that I have. And he's so good about bringing me a drink of water or, you know, what other little things I need. So I'm really thankful for that. So that is our project for today. And like I said, get your scraps out, square them up, and put some of them together. Maybe like I did with layering. You can layer more than one piece on, and it gives you a really cute base to work from. And you have a huge stash then of extra, whoopsie daisy, extra tags for your stash. Now, people call these ephemera, and I would say they're modern day ephemera, because if you know the true definition of ephemera, scraps would be ephemera for sure, because ephemera is what you dispose of. So it doesn't last very long. So that means your mail, magazines, receipts, that type of thing. So when I came back to the junk journaling community, I was hearing everybody talk about ephemera, and I knew what ephemera was, but I got nervous because none of it was old. None of it was really recyclable materials that we normally would think of ephemera as being. So I've had to learn some things through my time here. And what I'm doing is just pounding down those staples so that we don't have anybody catch. I think that was the last one. We don't have anybody catch their fingers on those. So there you go. I have now a huge, are all these, okay, wait a minute. I have a huge stack of finished ones. Huge stack of finished ones. And let me see what the situation was with those, if they just need cut or what. Okay, so these, one, two, okay, these just need to be cut. Okay, we can handle that. Now, some of these I glued, as you can see. I glued this one. It's really pretty with that succulent on it. My daughter would like it. She loves plants. She was asking her friends on Facebook if anybody had experience buying plants online, because there was one she wanted, and I guess she couldn't find it online. I mean, in the stores, so she wanted to get it online. I've never purchased plants that way. Not house plants anyway. My father used to get some of his vegetable plants. We used to get that magazine every year for, what was it called? Burpee Seed Company. That's where Daddy would get his. So now we just go to a local farmer and get ours. That one needs pounded out. Okay, so we have now 1, 2, 4, So there's 32. And here's this last one that needs chopped. 32. And like I said, especially this piece and this piece and that piece, those were leftover trims from my journal cards. So that's what I like, being able to get rid of all that extra. Oops, my hammer went somewhere. All that extra paper. So if you haven't tried arm's length art, we usually do that on Saturday. So you're welcome to email me or message me if you have any questions about that. I'm not the creator of it. I'm not sure who is. And then give a scrap, the hashtag give a scrap. I need to tag somebody. So the person I would like to tag is Caroline Jensen. So I'm going to ask her. She's at Caroline's Craft Tree, and see if she has time to participate. If not, I'll choose somebody else and I'll just message them first. So thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Hazel, for letting us get all of this work done today using scraps and having fun picking out colors and designs. Hope you all can take some time to do this yourself, because it's definitely a fun activity. So thank you for visiting. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart all my new subscribers, and I have upped the ante and promised to give you some really great content. So you all have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.